Hi everyone, I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a what sold video for you, specifically what sold in October 2020. I had a pretty good month. I'm pretty happy with my sales. I'm not going to show you everything that sold. Pretty much I'm going to stick to $14 and up. And I am mixing in some clothing with this. I really have slowed down on listing clothing. Not that I don't have clothing to list, but I've been focusing on hard goods and vintage, and now I need to get Christmas listed. But I'm going to intermingle a few pieces of clothing. And how do I get started? I need to get myself from here into the bottom corner of my video. How do I do that? Like this. Before we get started, I just want to say that my buyer pays shipping. I have make offer on almost everything, and I send a lot of offers. In this case, on these 3-piece fish molds, I accepted an offer of $40 plus shipping. I bought these molds earlier this year, and I paid only $4 for them. I thought this was a really nice sale at $40. As you know, I like to pick up belt buckles. I paid 50 cents for these belt buckles, and as you can see, there's an A, B, and C, which means there's 3 different conditions on them. Let me just open up this drop-down box and show you. As you see, it's a vintage 173rd Airborne Brigade belt buckle in 3 different conditions, A, B, and C. It was a way to list all 3 without doing 3 individual listings, and we just used these little sticky flags that I got at the Dollar Tree to mark them, and then I set it up with variations with condition. Paid 50 cents for it and sold it for $14.98. I sold these red, tall, about 4 inches tall, vintage Homeco votive cups. I had 2 sales on these vintage votive cups from Homeco. These were about 4 inches tall, so they were a little bit larger. And the first sale was 3 sets for $35.97. And the second sale was $11.98 for the 2. I had bought 8 of them, first of all, at a garage sale for $3. Very happy with this purchase at $3 for all 8. So I've been on the lookout for more Homeco votive cups, and you might want to too. It's always good to have multiples and at least 2 of a color. T-shirts. I've been selling men's t-shirts for quite a while now. It's been quite some time since I've been to Canada. And when I went to Canada to visit some friends and we went to the thrift stores, the only thing I could afford to buy was t-shirts. So I bought a whole bunch of men's t-shirts. This Sons of Anarchy looks a little bit scary. I guess it was an old TV show. I paid in Canada, I think about $3.95 per t-shirt, so they weren't cheap. But I did sell it for the full asking price of $24.98. Here's a flashback for you. Do you remember these 3 spoon rests from Italy that I found at a garage sale? It was a neighborhood garage sale this summer, and I got all 3 for $5. So that makes the spoon rest only $1.66. I accepted an offer of $25 on it. Now it says ARS with a question mark at the end of my title. That's because if it had been stamped ARS, I would have gotten a lot more money, maybe $10 to $20 more. It's very similar to a company that makes these, because I had 3 of these. One of them was stamped ARS, and I did sell it for more. But be on the lookout for a spoon rest from Italy, especially if it says ARS on the back. I like to pick up vintage sewing baskets. This one had really cute beetles on the top. The top was just plastic, and the inside, there were some issues. I'll show you here. The lining was loose. The inside plastic tray had damage, and I described all that in the listing. But I still sold it for $29.95, and I was pretty happy with that. When I have make offer and I sell it for full asking price, that's a thumbs up in my book. If you're familiar with Bethany Lowe, you know it's a very good seller. I was at our local flea market, and I bought, I think, 3 or 4 of these for, I don't know, $2. They didn't want hardly anything for them. In fact, I think it was after Christmas when I bought them. I sold this one for $24.99 plus shipping, and I have a couple more to go. If you come across Bethany Lowe, do pick it up. It holds its value, sells really well on eBay. Just a simple Cato XL top. We have a Cato store here, so I find a lot of Cato clothing, not only at garage sales, but my local consignment shop where I buy them for $1. Buy a lot of clothes for $1 there at the end of season. I sold this top for $19, and I didn't pay any more than $1 for it. American greetings, Taylor Swift. What can I say? I know you see this in almost every video, but I bought a couple dozen of these at a garage sale last summer for $1 each, new, old stock, and I keep selling them because I keep holding out on my price. I did sell this for $49.99. Yes, I did. And I have more to go. Love that. If you watched my mega moving sale that was held at a church hall, I picked up this Food Network Red Cow butter dish. I also did a pack and ship on this. And if I did a pack and ship on any of these, you'll see it below the photo here. I'll put pack and ship and what number it is. This Food Network Cow butter dish sold for $20. I found this wallet, this relic wallet, at a fundraiser sale this summer, and it did sell for full asking price of $19.99. And this was featured in one of my videos. I paid $1 for it. Oh, and on the butter dish, the cow butter dish, I paid less than $1. This is a plus size top by Alia, not a brand that I was actually very familiar with, but I buy and sell a lot of plus size clothes. And this one sold for $18. The reason I'm clearancing out my smaller sizes is that I found that plus sizes sell so much better for me. Same with men's XLs and 2XLs, etc. I'm getting away from all the small clothing. This Perception size 10 midi dress, yes, midi dress, sold for the full asking price of $24.99 plus shipping. This vintage Japan shell vase, shell-shaped vase, did sell for full asking price of $29.95. Paid $1 at a garage sale. This plaque is really different. It looks like it's carved wood, but it's really carved resin to look like wood. After I researched it, I found out it was made in Germany, and I sold it for $18. This basket was in a video not too long ago. I'll try to put the name of my video down below too. I did a basket bolo video, and that's where I discovered these sweet grass baskets from South Carolina. Honestly, I never would have known to look for these had I not done that bolo video. So keep your eyes open for these. They sell for a lot of money. I actually sold this for $40. Yes, I had $59.95 on it, but I was pretty happy to take an offer of $40 plus shipping. I thought that was great. It really wasn't all that big, and I paid less than $1. At that same sale, I picked up this pencil sharpener. It's a 1950s Hunts Manufacturing Company Boston Ranger. Now, I almost didn't buy this. My husband thought it was missing a suction cup on the bottom, but I bought it anyway. I paid less than $1 for it. Come to find out, it never had a suction cup, that it needs to be mounted to a board or a desk by screws. You just swivel open the bottom and install it. The buyer asked me if it really did sharpen pencils. So we had to hunt down a pencil in this house. I sharpened it, showed a photo of the pencil next to the sharpener, and he bought it. And the buyer paid $29.95 and was very happy, gave me great feedback. These little chalkware bluebirds are adorable. They have a saying on the back about family ties remain unbroken. And the truth is, they're not in perfect condition. They have several chips. I sold these for $20. If you saw my last video, you know I interrupted it, all excited about selling the Mary Moo Moo figure here for $30. I paid less than $1 for it. It was actually missing a wooden base that was supposed to come with it, or I would have gotten even more money, but I was pretty happy with $30. Paid less than $1. These are little vintage spice books. Yes, spice books. They look like a little book, and they're in pretty bad shape actually. You can see some of the lettering on the nutmeg, and the cinnamon is kind of smeared, but I still sold them for $20, and that was fine with me. I think I paid $1, maybe $2 for the set. I sell a lot of denim skirts. Yes, a lot. I have a tub dedicated just to denim skirts. This was a new with tag, Christopher & Banks, and I sold it for $20, and I pick up denim skirts whenever I can. It's not a very big size, size 4, so I'm not so fussy about the size when it comes to denim skirts. Mostly I find them at a little church thrift store, and I pay $1 for them. Sometimes I find them at the consignment shop or garage sales, but I always pick up denim skirts. If you're not picking up denim skirts, I highly recommend it. You can make some good money on these type of skirts. Let's do a flashback to this Purple Cow creamer and sugar bowl. Found at a garage sale, and I think I paid maybe $2 for the set. They are being sold as is, and when I put as is in my title and in my condition notes, that means there is something wrong with them. Typically chips or cracks. They did sell for $20 plus shipping. I thought that was really good for these. Another simple blouse, Dana Buckman, size XL, sold for $15. Funny thing about this 3-hook wall mount coat hanger, I found this hanging on the wall at an estate sale. It wasn't even marked for sale. It was behind a door going into a bathroom. Anyway, I saw it, and when we were about to check out, I asked about it. And they ran downstairs and took it off the wall for me and sold it to me for $2. And I turned around and sold it for $28 plus shipping. Even though the hooks are not handmade, the plaque made from solid oak burl wood was handmade, so it made it one of a kind. This Eve Mendez dress was in kind of bad shape. It had some stitching issues. It really needed to be turned from long sleeves into short sleeves. I had it for quite a while, so I finally accepted an offer for $15 and got it out the door. Sometimes it's hard to see the flaws in clothing until you get them home and you're photographing them and measuring them. It's just so easy to miss things. Do you miss things? Do you get things home and find out it's not what you thought it was, that it has flaws or issues? Leave a comment below if you have that challenge too. Let's have another flashback. Let's stop in the Goodwill to find these Primula Italy plates. I paid $2.95 for the two, and I did sell them for $15. Not as much as what I would like to have had, but I did accept an offer of $15 plus shipping. Let's do another little flashback. The video where I mentioned about the antiques, beautiful home, I think it was 5-story. I found this bag of stamps, letterpress stamps, vintage, wood blocks, with most of them being copper. And I got the whole bag on half price day, the last day of the sale, for $10 for the whole bag. This is what I have left. I've sold several now, so I'm really glad I picked these up. They cost me about 50 cents each. This Oldsmobile stamp sold for $20.05. I don't know why the 5 cents. Sometimes people just like to round things off, I guess, because shipping was $4.95. So with that one sale, I paid for the whole bag. I'm home free on the rest of them. And this Rambler stamp sold, a 1950 Rambler. And it sold for $29.95. So again, what a great purchase. A lot of times people don't even pay attention to bags full of items because, I don't know, they just don't stand out. So be the one to look in the box that's not open, be the one to look in the bag that nobody wants to mess with, and you might be the one to find a lot of great things to resell for good profit. These plastic stars are quite large, and I had 14 of them. This was in some old stash that I had of Christmas that I started bringing out to get listed. And I sold these for $20. 14 of them sold for $20. And then I stopped in the Restore the other day and I found a bag of these. And they hurt, by the way. They're sharp. I got some more for $3. I haven't even counted them yet. This is what they look like. They're pretty large. I mean, you can see. So keep your eyes open for these little light covers. You know, they slide over top your Christmas lights. I got this Pyrex bowl, this Cinderella Pyrex bowl from the Goodwill store, and I believe I paid $2.95. It's the mushroom print, the Forest Fancies mushroom. It's not the most popular. It's not really in demand like some of the other designs. But it did sell for $20 plus shipping, so I was glad to get it out of my inventory. And honestly, because it did sell, if I got it at the right price, yeah, I'd pick it up again. If you watch my spotlight sale video on these Victor coffee mugs, you know I found these at the Goodwill, and I bought, what did I buy? 9 of them for $3.99. The first sale, I sold 2 of them for $19.99, plus buyer paid shipping. The second sale, I sold the other 3 lots, so that was 6 more cups, sold for $59.97, plus shipping. So plain as they were, I knew they were vintage restaurant cups, so I did a little research when I was at the Goodwill, picked them up. They sold really fast, so keep your eyes open for vintage restaurant cups. But they're not all worth a lot of money. These are Victor, and so do your research before you buy. These are some more Christmas items that I've had in my inventory for quite some time. Bought them a long time ago. In fact, they moved with me from Ohio. 6 pieces of vintage little wood angels. I mean little, real tiny. Some were marked Spain, some were marked Italy. Sold them for full asking price of $24.95. I thought that was a pretty good sale for something so small. It's the little things. Now, I always say simple sells for good profit. I guess just keep your eyes open, do your research, be aware, and I hope at some point you believe me, simple sells for good profit. This is a new with tag dress, Coldwater Creek. I've had it for a long time, and as I said, I really want to let go of all my small sizes. So I sold this for only $14.97 and glad to get it out of my closet. Well, not my closet, but my office closet where I keep clothing that I sell. This vintage royal china Jeanette lemon meringue pie plate was just in one of my recent pack and ships, so I'll put that below. And it did sell for full asking price of $19.95. Not all the recipe pie plates sell for a lot, but the Jeanette ones and the older ones can sell for decent money, the royal china ones. So keep your eyes open and check the comps. This stretch belt was nothing fancy. I pick them up occasionally for 50 cents to $1. It sold right before Halloween's, so maybe it was part of a costume. Sold for $18 plus shipping. These 3 apple pie plates were in a recent pack and ship video. Sold for $20. So yes, check out the pack and ship video on this one. This pottery bowl sold for $28 plus shipping. Vintage 95 signed on the bottom, Lois Evelyn Jacquard. Do I know anything about her? Nope. I just researched, found a little information, thought, okay, it's signed. Maybe it has some value. I think I got this at the Goodwill. I can't really remember on this one. If I got it at the Goodwill, I paid about $2.95 for it. It sold for $28 plus shipping. If something is signed and dated, it means it has enough worth to consider checking the comps on it because someone cared enough to put their signature on the bottom. I remember this nutcracker. Got it at the street sale, at a garage sale, and I paid only $3 for it, even though it was broken. The little scarf thing in the back was broken off, but I'd never seen anything like it before, and it sold for $20, broken or not. As you see, I put a couple of words in there such as folk art and rare. Another flashback here, not too long ago, at the Netherland Inn sale, my husband picked up this basket. No branding on it, no idea where it came from, just an oval wicker rattan basket, but it sold for full asking price of $19.95. Paid less than $1. At that same sale, the Netherland Inn sale, we found this plate, this Johnson Brothers frozen up plate. Again, paid less than $1 for it because, I was gathering things up and making a bundle, and for the price they gave me, it was less than $1. It did sell for full asking price of $29.95. These Aladdin cups were in my last video, and they sold for full asking price of $24.95. I paid $2 for the bag of 4. I was even questioning myself, should I be buying these? They're just plastic cups, but the name Aladdin is why I bought them. Vintage Aladdin potential. That's what I saw in these. I couldn't find any comps on eBay. So those are my what sold items for October. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications on future videos. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Vicki with Avante Avenue. I'll see you soon. Simple sells for good profit.